Thank you, Phil, and thank you, everybody. Like he said, my name is Andy Leach, and I'm a marine ecologist. So marine, that means underwater. An ecologist means I like to look at how organisms interact with one another. But for you, that really means that I've had the chance to say goodbye to all the beautiful sea creatures that will be gone in 25 years. It's really great. It's like a reverse bucket list. Instead of trying to see all these things before I die, I'm quickly getting around the world to see things before they do. And I really have to say, we have not been making it easy for me. Like, I'm running out of time to get to the Galapagos Islands really soon. So yeah, I am an environmentalist, and I love me some sustainability, but it is a bit of a hard slog, because all sustainability is arguing over how we use and divide resources. Like, evil rich people are like, let's use all of the resources, and environmentalists like, you probably shouldn't use all the resources, and evil rich people are like, shut up! I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing! Because in my mind, all evil rich people sound like Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. You're all the same, right? Yeah. So what this means is, as an environmentalist, that I'm ignored. And that gets really irritating and stressful. And it's also really bad for society, because we all know what happens when entitled white guys start to feel ignored or left out of a conversation. It just doesn't end well. I should say that this isn't the main cause of my worry and stress these days. No, not the existential dread of living in an acidic pool for my grandchildren. That's not worrying me. It's mostly closer to home. It's mostly with my dad. See, my dad is currently undergoing treatment for stage 3 melanoma. And cancer's like golf. You're trying to get the lowest score possible. So you think, like, stage 1's here, and that's good. It's not good. You still have cancer, but it's better. And like stage 4's over here, and that's like really bad. And stage 3's like in the middle, but also kind of bad. Anyway, I'm getting off track. My dad's stage 3 melanoma. And it's kind of been a really rough time for my family. My sister, she's the drama queen of the family, and she's been really kind of pessimistic about it. She's even started calling this the family's dark time, which I can agree, that's totally fucked up. Like, that is really bad. She even said that in front of my dad, and like, just watching his face drop, I was like, but not me though, no. I'm the family optimist. I've been calling this the early inheritance time. It's great because like, flights to the Galapagos are getting really, really expensive, and those tickets are really hard, and that early inheritance can come in really easy right now. I should say, you're all stressing out. My dad is actually fine. The surgery went really well, and he's on a really nice immunotherapy drug trial that's actually showing promising results. He's eating well, he's exercising, he's back at work. Like, he's great. His only problem is that all the needle marks have left scars, and the sudden weight loss has made it look like he's got a really nice heroin addiction. Like family gatherings are really weird, because some people haven't seen him in 6 months and don't really know too much about the cancer. Like, is your dad okay? And I'm like, yeah, no, it was touch and go there for a while, but he's really a lot better now. And they look at me and smiling, and they look at my dad, who's gaunt and got the scars, and they just look at me as though I'm an idiot and I'm not seeing something. But I see he's fine, and that's great. But this time has been weird, because I'm 28 and I've been looking at my dad and kind of learning a lot from my dad. And I was thinking about where he was when he was my age, when he was 28. He had 3 kids. He was working 2 jobs to support us 3 kids, and my mum was going through university at the same time. So he was looking after all of us, and with whatever spare time he had, he was taking us to Sunday and Saturday sport. And my older sister isn't actually his biological daughter. He met my mum, kid in tow, stepped up and took care of the both of them. And I think that's just so amazing. And I compare him to me. I'm 28. I have no savings whatsoever, because I've been looking for fish overseas. And my main responsibilities are masturbate, sleep, and repeat. And I look at my dad and I look at me and I think, my dad is a fucking idiot. Seriously, Dad? Seriously? 2 jobs, no sleep, and taking my selfish ass to T-ball? You missed out on all the great things in life, like late morning come-downs, Netflixed, smashed avocado on toast. All of those things he missed out on. Nah, Dad, I win this game. It's actually quite amazing to think about his cancer, though, because it's it's been like 10 years ago, if we thought about him having melanoma, 10 years ago would have been really quite bad. Like surgery techniques weren't as refined, imaging, chemotherapy and radiation, shit for melanoma, and imaging techniques have gotten a lot better. And imagine me trying to save the ocean 10 years ago and like trying to save the world a little bit. We'd need like some amazing, crazy ideas 10 years ago, like less carbon-intensive forms of energy, less intensive forms of transport, maybe even a price on carbon, like really outlandish things that would never have happened 10 years ago, right? You're right? They wouldn't have, they could have, but they didn't. So, yeah, this time has been kind of weird, and I look back at my family, and I do actually know that I think my dad's no, he's not. My dad is a better man than me. I think we can all legitimately agree my dad is a better man than me. Put your hand up if you agree with me. Miz at the back, I just called my dad a fucking idiot. I think we can agree he's objectively a better person than I am. Well, is he, I ask, setting this up? Because this is sustainable stand-up, so we have to think about this in a sustainable way. So who knows the number one thing we can all do to lower our carbon footprint? Come on, just shout something out to me. Buy a puppy. No, buying a puppy is bad. They're carnivores. That's more meat production. Someone said something about kids. No kids, exactly. Having one less child will save you 58 tons a year of CO2 emissions. Yeah, because think about it. A kid is just one more arsehole saying, let's use more resources. So if you want to save the world, don't have kids. Still have sex. That's like, you need to do that. But just don't have kids. So what does this all mean? Well, I was born in 1989, so back then you might have been able to make the argument my dad didn't know you shouldn't have kids, but like back then we knew about global warming, we knew about overpopulation, Greenpeace was around, shit, the ozone layer, everyone's freaking out about it. But when my dad decided to have a kid, he was basically saying, let's use more resources. And the environmentalists said, you probably shouldn't use more resources. And my dad said, shut up! I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing! And that's why I'm here today. Thank you, everybody.